Hello, hello. Hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Welcome to a brand new episode of You Have a Collect Call From. Let's see what's up. Let's see who's up in the chat, if you will. Let's see right here. We got is that Carly? We got Carly. We got Steve O. Good afternoon. What up, big? Feed me. What up, Erica? Gracias, highly appreciated. What's up, Shasta? If you will. Oh, let me move this up right here. We got some blockage. We'll put it over here on this side here. How is everybody doing today? Hey, from what's up? What's up? Is that Marlene from Kentucky? What up? Hey, what up? What up, Linda? How's it going? What's up? What's up, Wetson _1_true? What's that right now? No say, I don't know. Let me see. Comb that tail. You know what I'm saying, Steve Bo. Hey, what? Hey, Amanda, thank you. Highly appreciate that. All right. So right now, is this frozen? What the? What? Hold up. Oh, there we go. All right. This is initial appearance. Initial appearance, if you will. 708 here in Wales. What the what? In Wales. Oh, snap. He stole the car. Can you guys hear? Or is it too low? It's Florida. James. Hold on, let me check the wallet situation over here. It's full blast over here. There. A little kick there, if you will.
They did a search warrant in its home. They found 17 firearms, 5 different sized ammunition. Guns were found in the primary bedroom. Only male clothing and legal documents for the defendant's name. 2 of the firearms were stolen. ATF seized the weapons. He was a convicted felon.
Loud
They
static.
also found a envelope with the multiple fraudulent VIN stickers of the multiple vehicles.
Your Honor, just for the court's knowledge, he's already been seen by the federal court. Apparently, they put him on GPS monitoring for these offenses as well. So he has to, after he deals with them here, he has to go get the GPS monitoring put on him. So I don't know what's going on in the federal, but he's saying they're the same offenses that he was seen on in federal court for as well. Mm-hmm. So I just ask that you consider that when setting bond, but he has to have the GPS monitoring on him once he's released.
Thank you, Stevie.
Mm-hmm. Do we have anything regarding federal or incoming or going from federal?
He said it was yesterday.
And before anybody asks, this is live. This is in Florida, Orange County, if you will. It's initial bond appearance. What's up, Jenna? How's it going?
All right. On counts 1 through 17, I will set bond in the amount of $5,000 per count. On 18 through 22, the ammunition charges, I will set bond in the amount of $2,000 per count. Okay.
This one ain't going
condition, possess no weapons, which you're not supposed to be doing anyway, because you're a convicted felon.
Right.
Anything else?
In my review of the out on bond, Your Honor, it looks like all these events are stemming from the same incident. It's showing me the out on bond was from December 27th of 2024.
No action on the out on bond. Complicate anything.
There's 2 new laws, the 924 and the 1416. State they go to court.
It depends. In some states, you could pay 10%, depending on type of the case. Depending on the type of case, they might require you to pay all cash. If not, then you could pay 10% using a bondsman, a bail bondsman.
Waive, Your Honor. We just argue no PC for the gang enhancement as well, Your Honor. There's no mention of him being in a gang.
And our counsel is correct, it would amend to the two position required by the felon 790.23.
I take those bond calls. That's right.
Okay, on Devin Smith, I find probable cause for the burglary of a structure, burglary of a conveyance, and possession of firearm by a convicted felon, but not with the gang enhancement. So as amended, I'll set bond on the burglary of a structure at $7,500, on burglary of a conveyance, $7,500, on the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon at $10,000. Special condition, possess no weapons. He's also currently out on bond for possession of fentanyl, resisting an officer without violence, possession of methamphetamine, possession of cocaine.
Damn, he was like a party on. He was a party on wheels.
Favor not take any action on those.
Like a one-man party crew.
Defender to represent him.
My type of fella, if you will.
It would just address the no return, no contact.
What do you guys think this guy's here? What do you guys think this guy's here for?
He refused, right?
Sure. Did he refuse, or was that a medical?
Refuse.
What up, Donna? What up, Angel? Shout out to the UK, if you will. Macker says this guy had some rugs on him. Let's see what's up. Throw in your answers. What DUI? Domestic violence.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name?
Smith.
Okay, Mr. Smith. Let's see. You were arrested and charged with open carrying a firearm as well as possession of cannabis.
Oh, not the cannabis.
Over 20 grams with a weapon. I reviewed this. I do find probable cause for both counts. I'll stay the bond at $1,000 on count 1 and $2,500 on count 2. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You also have a charge of operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And I'll set bond at, I find probable cause, I'll set bond at $500, appoint public defender to represent you.
Thank you for that. What up, Hot Mess Express? They rejected my recording. Next! Up next on You Have a Collect Call From. Hey, thank you. Highly appreciate that, Mac. What do you guys think this gentleman's here for? Looking like the broke man's Rick Ross. Let me move this away so you guys can see. You guys can't really see him. Ah, man, I gotta on the bigger account. I gotta start it over. I got a restriction if you will. I'll be right back. Yeah. Put mature content. Yeah. Audience controls live. Got 18 and over. All right. Okay, let me move this out of the way here.
All right, sir, could you tell me your name for the record?
Bobby Strong.
Okay, Mr. Strong.
I'm talking about Bobby Strong in the house. You guys that say it with your chest, Bobby. Say it with your chest. Hey, Bobby knows what he's doing. Leave Bobby alone. We were able to hear him. He definitely got some good lungs. If they put him to that test where you have to blow into the to check his.
Sir, you were arrested
non-capacity.
and charged with trafficking in fentanyl over 4 grams. Count 2.
Say it ain't so, Bobby. Say it ain't
Trafficking
so.
in methamphetamine, 14 grams or more. Count 3, possession of OxyContin. Count 4, possession of fentanyl. Count 5, possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Excuse me?
Talking to the mic, Bobby. Come on.
Could somebody repeat what he said? I didn't.
He said he's not a convicted felon, Your Honor.
Right, if you will. If you will, Your Honor. I'm going to convict the felon.
Confirm, Your Honor.
Yeah.
You know what? Not in a convicted felon. Possession of firearm in the commission of a felony. I apologize, sir. It's been a really long day.
Hey, Judge, you're supposed to remain
I'm beginning to
professional.
run out of gas here. Okay. Possession of a firearm in the commission of a felony. Tampering with physical evidence. Possession of drug paraphernalia. Another charge of tampering with physical evidence. And then you have a second case of smuggling contraband into a correctional institution.
Damn, Bobby had that prison wallet.
Obstructing justice
Cool.
by tampering with evidence, as well as possession of cannabis. I reviewed these. I find probable cause in all of these matters.
Damn, Bobby ain't going nowhere.
State, do any of these require a hearing, the pretrial detention hearing? I thought they
Yes,
did.
sir. As to the 3680 case, as to count 1, the trafficking in fentanyl, given that probable cause has been found, that is an enumerated offense under 907-041. We're requesting it remain at 0 bond with a pretrial detention date for 3 days to file our motion.
Damn, look at Bobby. He's stressing out now.
Granted, count 1 will be no bond.
Now he realizes the mess he's in.
Any of the others?
And then as to count 2, the trafficking in the meth, see, we asked for the schedule. The schedule is 50. And we just asked for subsidiaries on the additional counts.
Okay. So on 25 CF 3680, count 1, no bond, schedule a pretrial detention hearing.
Bobby ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere anytime fast, if you will. Bobby done messed up. Hey, for sure on that Fetty charge, that's gonna carry a lot of time off the back. So, hey, poor Bobby. Hey, what up, KC fan? How's it going? How's it going today? Let me see. He's gonna watch the builder. Let me see. Yeah, he's gonna go back. Hey, they don't play around in Florida out there. Just for those of you that ain't from out here or from the U.S., if you're going to Florida, definitely proceed with caution. Hey, what's up, Mercedes? How's it going? Let me see. He's a convicted felon now. Right down Mess Express. Damn, dude. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it. Please tap and share. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. KC fan _. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, James, can you move the text out of the way? I can't see the fella stressing out. Hold your horses there. Hold your horses. Yeah, what's up with you guys? Trying to adjust the chat over here so we can still see the chat and we can still see the individuals. Hold up. Don't get your panties in a bunch, if you will. Let me see. I'm trying to tweak this out. Let me see. Can I do it from the top? Yeah, James, I can't see him. James, I can't see him. I want to see him. I want to be able to see him stress out. Let's see here. Trying to scroll this up, if you will. Do we need to see the chat? I need to see the chat. Hell yeah, we need to see the chat. You know, he's frozen in time. Hey, you ain't lying.
Count 2, 50,000.
We got hit. Bobby's gone. Bobby's frozen. I didn't realize that it was your way. Hell yeah. You see.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Could you tell me your name? Okay, sir, you were arrested on a warrant. Judge Dean found probable cause On the charges of trafficking in cocaine, 28 grams or more, first-degree felony. Also trafficking in fentanyl, 28 grams or more. Count 3, trafficking in fentanyl, 28 grams or more. Count 4, trafficking in cocaine. And count 5, unlawful use of a two-way communication device. He's already found probable cause. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, sir. State, do you have a position as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. As to count 2 and 3, upon the finding of probable cause, there's no discretion for bond on those cases at this time. We're requesting that 2 and 3 be changed to no bond with a pretrial detention date, as it is an enumerated offense under 907-0415D. He's not entitled to bond at this time. And we'd ask for the pretrial detention date with 3 days to file. Additionally, as to 1, 4, and 5, he is currently entitled to bond on those charges. State would argue that the bond set on them are very low, but given that is no bond status on 2 and 3, and him having a hearing, so there's no argument as to changing them at this time.
Okay. I too reviewed that and thought that was awfully low. So on counts 2 and 3, the court will set them at no bond and will schedule a pretrial detention hearing in those matters. And in counts 1, 4, and 5, I'll stay the bonds that Judge Dean gave him. And again, appoint the public defender.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I think I got it.
Another case.
Ah, man, I gotta start the stream all over again on the bigger account. I'll be right back.
Are we done? Are you done? Are you done?
We just got started. What's going on here? All right. I never realized how many people mess with. Yeah, no, it's definitely an epidemic all across the U.S. It's definitely no joke. You know, people are always dropping like flies. Let me see. Wonder how much that last lady gets paid. Probably. Let me see. That's crazy, my boy. That's right. Raider Joe 805 coming in from the Oxnard area, if you will. I think. Let me see. I'm just assuming that. Let me see. I lost my sister to it. Yeah. Hey. Man, my condolences to you and your family. You know, it's bad out there. That's why I'm glad I never got involved in it with any substances and whatnot. Not only is it expensive, you're playing with your life. So, yeah, tú sabes, carnal, if you will. All right. So I'm not sure if this was going to continue. If it doesn't, then we'll go ahead and switch over to Dade County, if you will. But Judge Glazer's not there today. It is going to be somebody else. So we'll see. We'll see what it is. And so this chat here, you might be thinking, James, why do you keep this chat? I'm gonna tell you why. All right. So this chat, it might not be important to you guys, but it's definitely important to me because I like to see I like to keep a record of some of the comments that are being put here. And most importantly, I'm getting ready to start bringing the fellas on more on the video visits from prison, and I want them to be able to see the messages whenever we get them. Instead of me having to read these messages off to them, they could go ahead and see them themselves. So that's why I'm tweaking these messages here, because I want to make sure I get it right, the right size, and they're able to see it when we do jump on these calls. It'll add I think a different element to the way I run these video visits from prison, you know, if you will. If that makes any sense. I think they're done with this one, right? What do you guys think? I think she said that it was done, right? Did I hear that? Did I hear that correctly? Hey, thank you, Elizabeth. Highly appreciate the comment. Today, just to give you a heads up, I'll probably be on for about an hour and a half today. Unfortunately, reality is here. I gotta work today. And let me I'm gonna swap it out there. Let me check. I'm gonna check the other county here. Check what the other county is currently going on here. Let's swap it out. Just give me a moment. Give me a momento. Here, okay, that was we're gonna close it out. All right, so we're gonna go to Dade County. Let me open up my my what is it? My Zoom workplace. I hate. Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm opening it up right now. I'm opening the Zoom. Damn, James, where do you find all these streams at? How do you have all these Zoom meetings? You know what? I hate to admit, sometimes I just got a little bit too much time on my hands. Join the meeting here. Let me see. Okay, what meeting are we joining today? Virtual bond docket. All right, here we go. We should be going in. Here we go. We got the
By pager, phone, any social media, third parties in writing, etc. And you have to stay at least 500 feet away from this victim, victim's home, place of employment, or school at all times.
All right. They got that from the Ninja Turtle suit.
Yeah, that's it.
Look at that.
Okay.
What you
now
look
you
at
were
that.
saying, Mr. Tyson, you can proceed now with your
Thank
argument.
you. I was just saying that there are modes that Your Honor could implement if Your Honor is worried about safety of the community or the victim.
Is it
Placing
too
this young
loud?
man on house arrest versus him sitting in jail until a bond, at least over the weekend, until we can get a bond hearing set.
Right. The court also has to be mindful of other factors. There's not only the ones that you've quoted. Respectfully, I'm denying your request. My ruling stand. Okay. Thank
What up,
you.
Lights Peachy?
Is that with the PTD hearing, Judge?
The
No,
audio's
sorry.
good? Hey, what up, Natalie?
I didn't hear you.
To the hold for the motion?
There was no motion on this case. It's pending argument.
There's no motion pending. One was not filed. Okay. All right. We're going back on the regular calendar. Amanda Martinez, page 1.
Amanda
She's
Martinez.
a private attorney, Greg, I will promote.
Thank you.
Who's the girl? I don't know. We're about to find out. I just got here. What'd he do? I don't know. I just got here. So what other questions already? Nah, we just started this one over for those of you just coming in, so we have no idea what's going on. We're as clueless as you guys are. So just sit tight. We'll figure it out.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Okay. You're on behalf of Amanda Martinez.
Yes, Your Honor.
Does she speak English?
I believe so.
Yes, I do, my honor. Yes, I do.
And the people has been appointed, discharging as private counsel. All right, Ms. Martinez, you're here before the court because it is alleged that on March 24th of this year in the vicinity of 19100 Northwest 37th Avenue in Miami Gardens, you committed the offense of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Damn.
1 count of discharge of a firearm from a vehicle, and 1 count of shooting or throwing a deadly missile.
Thank you. Damn, she's
Okay,
with the
I
business.
am going to review the arrest affidavit now to make a finding to see if there's probable cause and address your bond status. The alleged victim in this case is a person by the name of Leonel Mesa Waterman, with a date of birth of June 21st, 1994. Okay, let me just
So Judge, a couple things. It looks like it should be an assault with a firearm rather than a battery with a deadly weapon. And it looks like all 3 charges relate back to the same set of facts. I did not see any criminal history.
I didn't see one. I was going to ask you about that. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just review the A form. Do you have any argument? Let me just review it, and then I'll ask you, Mr. Amigo.
It's this girl right here. The one in orange? Right here. This is her. Proceed with caution. Bonnie and Clyde, if you will. Hey, man, it's wild out there. It's a scary world. She looks so sweet and innocent. Yeah, just let her go. Let her go. Damn, they got her. Is she throwing gang signs now? She's trying to stack? Man, it looked like she was trying to throw some type of signal, if you will.
All right, the allegations set forth is that it's alleged that the defendant fired a round at the victim's vehicle, striking the right rear lower bumper of a vehicle that the victim was in. Okay. All right. Did you wish to argue, Mr. Amigo?
Judge, I concur with the state attorney with respect to the aggravated assault with firearm. Do not have any probable cause on this.
Damn,
is there any accompanying
injunction or domestic violence, stay away orders.
The A form says there's no history of domestic disturbance between the victim and the offender, so I'm assuming no.
Okay. All right. What is the state looking for here?
A bond, because it all relates back to the same facts, maybe split the bond a little bit.
Damn, she's with the business. Hey, I don't know, like it's scary, just thinking about somebody's, your partner's willing to do something like that. Definitely gives me chills. Hey, what's up, Teresa? How's it going? That shit just scared. Like, damn, imagine it might be fire. It might be fire in the bedroom, but it's also gonna be fire on the streets if you mess around. You gonna mess around and find out. FAFO. F around and find out, if you will. I miss what she did.
That's what I'm going to do. On count 1, I'm setting bond at $5,000. Count 2, $2,500. Count 3, $7,500. These are pretty serious charges. Very serious. Okay. There's going to be a stay away order, entry into place. These are people end up dead.
Hey, she ain't lying.
I want Miss Martinez to listen very carefully. Okay. Part of the conditions of your release, if you're able to post bond, are the following. You cannot engage in any criminal activity, ma'am. You cannot use or possess any illegal drugs. Can you hear me? I want to make sure you hear me. Okay. You cannot use, purchase, possess, carry any firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition. You must immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, or any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police office, police department, and file the receipt to the court. Understood?
Yes, yes, sir.
You are prohibited from having any direct or indirect contact with the following persons hereinafter: the victim, Leonel Mesa Waterman, including any contact in person, in writing, by telephone, through social media, or through third persons. You must stay at least 500 feet away from this victim, the victim's home, place of employment, and or school at all times. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. The only thing she's probably regretting right now is that she didn't hit that fool when she was up there. Pa, 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 pa. She wasn't a good one. Imagine, I could only imagine what that dude did to her.
Yes, ma'am.
Did he get with her sister? Did he get with the mom? Or did he get with both of them?
Bond should be $15,000 for the stay away order. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
She's like, man, I can't believe I missed that fool. But she was like, pa, pa, pa. Mira lo gran
Next
puta.
case of Jessica Hammock.
Pa, pa. Be careful.
Hammock. Okay, you're here before the court, ma'am, because
if you
it's
will.
alleged that on March 13th of this year, in the area of 14721 Northeast 6th Avenue, apartment 33A in Miami, you committed the offense of burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. Okay, is this a warrant?
No. I think the officer checked the box because they want a nebia, so it'd be up to the court.
Nebia.
Right. I'm not sure if it's appropriate. Allegations are that she stole a pressure washer of value of $350.
Pressure washer
from the victim's cartilage, the trailer park.
Man, hey, so I think it's standard protocol to have them here in this court, shackled.
I'm not inclined to put a nebia requirement there.
She didn't have the victim's name, so if Your Honor would just do a stay away order from the location.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
I have a location at 147.
I don't have the victim's name.
Okay. All right.
I'm going on a limb saying that they probably had issues with.
Ms. Hammock does not have funds for a bond. Would Your Honor consider house arrest as an alternate for her?
No, ma'am. Not on these charges.
They probably have issues in the past.
$7,500 with a stay away order. Okay, Miss Hammock. One of the conditions of your release is that you cannot go anywhere near this property, 14721 Northeast 6th Avenue, apartment or lot 33A in Miami. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that would be another good reason to have the shackled up. Geo Road years ago, someone escaped.
Next case is Estine Wilson.
This is set for PC hearing tomorrow. I'll agree to the ROR today.
I'm sorry?
It's set for a PC hearing tomorrow, but I spoke to the detective. I'll agree to the ROR today. It's a,
on this. He has no bond hold in another case, F-25
so she should still have that no bond hold, but on the new case, we can do an ROR, or if Ms. Corey prefers $1, since she's got the holds.
I'm from Miami. Okay, all right. Yo, he's from Miami. He's the inside man right there.
I'll do $1 each account.
I'll buy that for $1.
And it's because you cannot bring in the detective?
Well, I can bring the detective, and I spoke to him, but it's a tough constructive possession case. So I think at this point, it'd be better just to agree to the ROR, and we'll see what we ultimately file.
Okay. And you may not file anything, is basically what you're saying.
I don't know. I mean, we've got a month to figure out the evidence.
So the state and defense agreed on ROR?
I think because she's got the AC no bond anyways, we're agreeing to $1 on every count.
Okay, so now it's $1. Okay.
With no PC. So it's by stipulation.
So 4 counts, correct? Yep.
Yes.
No PC. Oh, okay. And it's off tomorrow's calendar because it was set for tomorrow.
Correct. So she should go before a division judge tomorrow on the AC.
So corrections, just so you know, no PCs found. The state's not going forward on the PC hearing tomorrow, so it's $1 count 1, $1 count 2, $1 count 3, $1 count 4, and he still has a no bond hold in F-25 3369. Okay.
Hey, that judge, she looks like Cruella DeVille. Is that Cruella DeVille, the one from 101 Dalmatians?
Next case is Tyler Johnson.
This court was trying to get him into the hospital. Any information?
I have not heard back yet from the hospital. Would you be okay if we passed it for a little while, Judge, to see if they respond?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys better not say that. You better not tell the judge what I said.
Robert McKenzie.
I'm not trying to get it held in contempt of court, if you will.
He refused, Judge. It was set for tomorrow.
If you will.
328.
She probably has like a bunch of puppies in her house, like in her basement. Uses the refer, if you will. Hey, how is everybody doing today? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let's go ahead and let's get a collect call, roll call going on. I know we got some people from the UK up in here, from Great Britain.
Next case is Cleaver Vargas Rodriguez.
Ireland.
Reset
Nevada,
NBC.
Minnesota,
Ms. Court,
Arizona,
looking to benefits for
Georgia, Miami, VA, Alabama, Washington
I'm sorry,
State,
Nessa, what did you say?
Ireland,
It looks
South
like they-
Carolina, Texas.
It says that the officers are
Canada.
dispatched with potential Baker Act, so you may have some mental health issues and need stabilization. So the PD may want to run for benefits.
Orange County, California.
So if we can reset it for
Well,
tomorrow on DC.
Okay, reset 320.
Galveston Island, Texas, Aussie, Kansas, Australia, Florida, Dayton,
Fernando
Daytona,
Herrera.
Daytona.
The next one is Willie Smith.
Willie Smith coming up. We got
Reset disruptive.
Ms. Corey, you want to waive his presence? Is that on felony bond?
Yes, we can do that.
England.
I
I knew you guys were in here.
He's out on felony bond on 6 cases.
6 cases. Okay.
Hey, I like the other judge. The other judge, Judge Glacier. Is it Glacier? Or something like that. You guys know who I'm talking about. The one that normally goes viral all over the internet on.
So he has no hold on
social
those corrections.
platforms.
The state's requesting a hold for Judge Venza.
Alias Willie Smith.
Is this all these cases in Judge and
Glazer,
Judge
yeah,
Benson?
Glazer.
Because I have here
Thank you.
F-25-3889, F-25-3890, 92, 3904, 3963, and 4158. Those are the ones.
No,
Yes.
this is Judge Maria
All right, the added
Espinosa.
charges here are grand theft in third degree of vehicle, possession of cocaine, suspect brought cocaine, introduction of possession of a controlled substance into a jail facility, and then the other one is driving while license suspended. No, which is
Her name is Judge Maria
Those are not
Espinosa
before you,
Dennis,
The
if you
last-
will.
The DWLSs is not before you. They reset them tomorrow. I have
Those-
those are
Hey, so yesterday somebody was asking me,
Ms. Corey, you do or you don't have a PCR?
I do.
It is account 3?
Count one and count three. For count one, there's nothing indicating that Mr. Smith was aware that the car was stolen. He indicates that he knew the rentee of the vehicle, was allowed to borrow the car for a few days. He actually had the keys with him, so there would be no knowledge for the theft charge. And in count three, it looks like the police did not search him appropriately if they're claiming that once he got into corrections here at the jail, that in the bag that he had in his jacket pocket, there was an item inside the paper bag. So it looks like no one bothered to search him.
First, stipulate to $1 on 3.
That's fine.
I think there's PC on 1 that's recently stolen.
Yeah, I take up calls from prisons from pre-screened individuals, if you will.
He was driving. Yep. All right, I'm finding probable causes to 1 and 2. Each of those is a $2,500 bond, $1 on count 3, no PC.
Yeah, I gotta start the stream up.
So
I'll
that's
be back.
$5,000, and he has hold on the other 6 and find their pens.
Count 3, you said no PC, release outright?
$1 on that one.
So for the no border parole, no border parole hearings today.
I didn't find PC. It's release outright.
Today was dry for the border parole hearing.
So count 3 is a release outright, not $1.
I'm okay. I'm okay with $1. He's being held on other charges. Okay, thank you.
Procedurally, it's incorrect.
It's by stipulation, because if the state does ultimately file, he'll get CTS on it.
Get it? All right. Okay. So what do we leave it at? So corrections won't think the wrong amounts. It's $1 or release outright.
$1, please.
$1 corrections. Okay. Thank you. All right. The next one is Joseph Lawrence White.
Present.
Thank you
Mr.
for
White,
that.
good afternoon, sir. Okay, let's see what we got here.
I show he's a VFOX. He's on probation. He's in custody, being held no bond. F201059.
Man, I think at this point, I think pocket lint will be enough to get you out.
All right,
on
on
bond.
case.
And just for the record, we'll be invoking Mr. White's right to counsel and his right to remain silent.
All right,
Thank you,
Mr.
Bridget.
White. You are on probation in case number, it looks like F201059. You'll be held no bond on that one. In this case, it is alleged. This is case number F256251. That actually there's 2 cases.
Yeah, that's why I do the parole board
Let's
hearings.
start with the 6251. It is alleged that on March 26th of this year, in the vicinity of Northwest 63rd Street and 18th Avenue, you committed the following offenses: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, tampering with physical evidence, possession of cannabis within 1,000 feet of a church or convenience store, resisting an officer without violence to his person, possession of cannabis
Is he in
20 grams
California?
or less, and 1 count of providing a false name after arrest. That's that case. In case number F256252, it's alleged that on February 10th of 2025, in the vicinity of 2185 Northeast 167th Street, apartment number 8 in North Miami Beach, you committed the offense of attempted felony murder, causing injury, assault, aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony, and battery with prejudice. Okay. I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you in these cases. And so let me take a look at the arrest affidavit to determine probable cause and also to determine your bond status on these cases.
Damn, that definitely escalated real quick. Yeah. He's definitely going to go to prison. He's going to go upstate for sure. That's going to be $5. Yikes, my guy. Hijos. Hijoles. 10 years. He looks innocent. Man, you know what? I guess, I don't know. I guess when you're young, you don't care. I know I didn't care when I was young, but damn, giving that much time of giving that much of your life away to the system to be miserable. That's not the life I want to live. I want to be out here on the streets, if you will. Hey, I gotta start the stream all over again. For those of you that I keep on cutting the stream, it's not because I want to, it's because they're hitting me. Jump over to my other channel. Go to my profile, go to the smaller account. That one normally stays up. No, that one normally doesn't get hit. Go to profile and it's on there. It's at CollectCallFrom _YT. And with that, I'm gonna start it all over again. I'll be back. Go to the profile.
Okay, any argument with regards to the 6251 case?
Judge, I'm gonna admit that it's circumstantial. The defendant ran, the officers heard a thumping noise consistent with a heavy object, and then they found the gun a few yards from where he was initially standing, and they also found the marijuana. His excuse was that he was urinating, but there was no sign that he was urinating, and that it looked like the gun hadn't been there a long time because it wasn't, rusted or anything like that. So I think there is probable cause, but I will acknowledge that it is circumstantial. The cannabis, I'll agree to. Maybe, respond on. I don't know if this court has anything else.
So, Judge, if they didn't see Mr. White with a gun, they find a gun yards away and then claim it's his without any other information, Judge, that's just not sufficient for
Thank you, Lisbeth.
possession of a firearm by a felon, Judge. It's just not. They never saw him in possession of it. They have nothing indicating that it belonged to him. In addition, nothing with regard to tampering with the physical evidence because they never saw him with a firearm. The cannabis is described as 4 baggies. They're saying that it was in the area where he was first seen. So just being in the area where he's seen is not sufficient, Judge. It's wishful thinking on the police department's behalf, but it's
this area, the first paragraph described as a high crime area.
The only other thing I want to add this for is that he admitted to cannabis, but he said that the gun wasn't his, but in his statement, he said the cannabis was his.
Wow, how dare you tell on himself? You never admit to none of that.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you to just make that observation. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you any legal
so
advice.
Judge, at best, then it would just be possession. Simple possession of marijuana.
Hey, I'm a product from a urban
And
area,
I don't
if you will.
see any allegations of a false name. Maybe I missed it. That's all.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
And I can confirm a lot of crime going on out there.
I didn't see that either.
No. Because he's being held anyways, $1, if his player wants to know, that's fine too.
Well, there's I'm not finding PC as to counts 1, 2.
Count 5 is possession of marijuana, Judge, so no public cause for count 3 then.
Or the resisting.
That's him taking off, running.
Count, the only count that there's PC here is count 5.
I gotta start it all over
Possession of
again.
marijuana.
They keep they're on me today.
There's
I don't think
nothing
I'm gonna
else.
run this one anymore. Just jump over to the other
So,
account. Just go to my
counts 1
profile.
correction.
I'll
Keep
agree
on
to a
restricting
$1
me.
bond for the ones that you have no probable cause for, Judge.
Okay.
So it's just being held on other things.
All right, okay, so, because I'm not finding PC on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4, as written on the safe form. So stipulated $1, and then as to what, count 1, 2, 3, and 4, each $1, and then count 5, $500. Okay.
And count 6, $1? That's
That-
supposed to.
$1. Wait a minute then. Yes, count 6, $1.
Hey, did you guys see the video that I clipped yesterday from the court hearing in Maricopa County? The guy.
Only on count 5 is 500 and 1, 2, 3.
Everything else, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6, $1. Okay.
No, I know
That's
it's not
that
me.
case.
Yeah, it's
now,
not
the
me.
other case, the one ending is 6252, the one that he's charged with 1 count of attempted felony murder, 1 count of aggravated assault with intent to commit a felony, and 1 count of battery with prejudice.
You know what the interesting thing is that I'm running 2 streams at the same time. One stream gets restricted, the other one doesn't. But the only difference is that one stream, the one that gets restricted, it's a count based out of the US. This stream that you're looking at right now is based out of the UK. Weapon. So definitely something to think about. Okay, Elizabeth, thank you for jumping over.
The alleged injuries here are 4 to 5 inch wide and 2 inch deep slash across the chest.
I think it would be an attempted second-degree murder with a deadly weapon.
Damn.
The arrest form also indicates the alleged victim picked up a skillet and tried to attack Mr. White.
That was after, I believe, the defendant approached the victim and punched him in the face. So the defendant was the initial aggressor.
Then became the victim when the aggressor, or when the predator becomes the victim.
What's this battery with prejudice?
So it's because the alleged victim, I believe, is transgender. Oh. The defendant made a homophobic remark.
I can see that happening. Or maybe he was trying to hook up with him, and then he found out that the guy still had the family jewels, if you will.
And this gentleman is
on probation.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you like that, you like it. You know, who am I? You know, I like what I like.
Okay, and this is the one, which is the one that you're moving to. This is the one that you filed the motion for pretrial detention.
The attempted murder, yes.
Got it. Okay.
They hide it though.
Any argument, Corey?
Judge, there's nothing indicating that Mr. White attempted to murder the alleged victim. The alleged victim was going at him with a
can you do
skillet,
a flush?
Judge, from the kitchen.
Drop one, flush one.
All right. The court has reviewed the arrest affidavit, the motion filed by the state. And the court is going to make the following findings. I find probable cause as to count 1 for attempted second-degree murder. I am granting the state's order for pretrial detention on that count, so it's going to be out of no bond on count 1.
This one ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
With regards to count 2, it'll be $5,000.
Good.
And count 3 is $5,000. There will be, he's able to post bond and be released despite all the other matters that he has. There's a stay away order against the, in favor of, he's prohibited from having any contact with the alleged victim, whose initials are TM. You understand that, Mr. White, which means no direct or indirect contact with this individual, either by person, pager, third parties, social media. You have to stay at least 500 feet away from the victim's home, place of employment, or school at all times. Right, the conditions of be released. You cannot engage in any criminal activity. You cannot use or possess any illegal drugs. You cannot use or possess any firearms, guns, weapons, or ammunition. And if you have any of those, you need to surrender them to the nearest police station and file the receipt with the court. And again, you're prohibited from having any contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim, whose initials are T. Here it's a little bit more specific, VM. So that's 3 initials.
This boy ain't going nowhere. He's going straight to going straight to prison.
There's 2 victims here. I just realized there's Prince Harris Jr. Yeah, one second.
Yeah, there is the vertical one. The vertical stream is the one that I'm commenting on. Let me you know what? Hold on. Let me. I'll turn on my let me turn on my. There we go.
Good luck to you, sir.
Let me turn on my camera. Let's see here.
Next case is Lorenzo Serrano.
There we go. Oh, perfect time.
Judge, I have him out on F24 3557 Alpha.
What up, Cha-Cha? How's it going?
Yes. On F24 3557A.
Yes.
Yes. It's out of bottom. So there should be a no hold, no bond hold on that one until it goes in front of that judge. Is this Mr. Serrano?
Yes, Judge.
Does he speak English?
Yes.
Okay. It looks like he's out on bond on more than one case.
Damn, that one looks like the Pittsburgh
I have a
Doughboy.
note here that he's out on bond in front of Judge Altfield, and cases numbered F24 3557A, which we discussed, and F24 15618. Yes.
There we go.
So he'll be held on both those. Okay, on this case, Mr. Swan, which is the F256254, it is alleged that on March 25th of this year, in the vicinity of 20781 Northwest 17th Avenue, Miami Gardens, you committed the offense of attempted felony murder with a firearm.
Damn, another one?
Armed robbery with a firearm, aggravated battery with great bodily harm and or firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm. Actually, let me go back because there's 4 counts of armed robbery with a firearm or deadly weapon, and there are 4 counts for aggravated assault with a firearm.
Damn it.
Alleged victims in this case are Iberson Asensio, another one with the initials AR, another one with the initials GF, and another one with the initials SA. The state of Florida has filed a motion for pretrial detention pursuant to 907-4041, asking that it be held no bond in the either life or first degree felonies, which constitute counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I have those right. Okay, I'm going to review now the arrest affidavits, determine probable cause, and address the motions probably.
For the record, we'll be invoking Mr. Serrano's right to counsel and his right to remain silent.
Thank you.
Man, imagine I couldn't even imagine being in a situation like that, like being right there, being live streamed, everybody being up on my business, and not only that, I'm gonna go to prison for a very long time. All I'm gonna be eating is freaking noodles, Snyder's, jalapeno pretzels, if you will, some wham whams, some zoom zoom, and some wham whams, and I'm not gonna be able to be with a woman. Nah, I'm all straight. Let me see, who was that right there? No women, right there. Dorset, hey, welcome. Yeah, didn't have 4.0 GPA. That's right. I don't think so. He don't look like a 4.0 GPA type of person, if you will. He's gonna be somebody's. Ooh. Prepare your prison purse. Could you imagine the being? Oh, nah, man. I'm glad I got no sons. I got nothing but girls, if you will. I'll be so depressed. The prison wanted, huh? man, yeah, when they put, you know, like.
All right, any argument? State.
I've never been to
I believe
prison.
there's probable cause, requesting that the defendant be held no bond pending the determination on the pretrial detention hearing.
Come out of a suitcase. Yeah, no, that fool looks real young, real young. I would say, if I'm guessing, he's like 20 years old at the least. And he doesn't look like he's like with the business. So I don't know.
Judge, with regard to probable cause, it looks like they're duplicitous. Charge of the aggravated battery with attempted murder.
He has a tissue so he could cry. Attempted unaliving.
The allegation is that one gunshot wound was to the leg area, Judge. There's nothing indicating that he was attempting to kill anybody. The statement made to the police on the arrest form is that he felt threatened at the time.
For real, they're gonna help home with him. Tell James, hey, thank you, highly appreciate that. That's right, I forgot. Yeah, let's get to the 20K, if you will. Let's get to the FYP. Dude, my account's heavily restricted right now. TTB tripping. Hey, oh yeah, we're about to be hitting 10K. Yeah, if you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free 99. Don't be that person. Don't be Mr. Krabby Patty. Don't be Uncle Scrooge, if you will. So admitting guilt.
All right. I've reviewed the arrest affidavits, reviewed the motions filed by the state. The court is going to grant the motion for pretrial detention.
Oh, snap.
In count 1, counts 2, 3, 4, and 5, and in count 6, he will be held no bond.
Oh, no.
And counts 1 through 6.
What's the point of giving no pretrial?
With regards to count 7, he will be 7 through 10, $5,000 bond each. I will be entering stay away orders.
What up, Paco Taco?
For the file, and need Mr. Savano to listen carefully.
That was probably all happy.
Post bond on this case. Okay.
Is it a female?
You cannot have, sir, any contact whatsoever with.
Not now. Not at least yet.
Asensio, that means no direct or indirect. You have to stay at least 500 feet away from this individual, his home, place of employment, school at all times. The other victim with initials AR. Same thing. The other victim, initials GF. Same thing. And another victim with a name with initials SA. Same thing. Additional requirements under this particular case, it'll be bond if he's able to post bond, plus the GPS, total lockdown.
Damn, hey, you know what? I think that's like probably like one of the scariest things.
Sorry, so on count 7 through 10, is it 5,000 plus house arrest?
Yes. And counts 1 through 5, no, 1 through 6 no bond.
Judge, the private attorneys are wanting to know if they could be taken
like
out
that
of
fool.
Been here for about 2.5 hours.
That fool don't even have any facial hair. Imagine. Damn, his face looked like it was like silky, silky soft, if you will.
Okay, how many do we have here? We're midway, I think, 5 through 11. Who's the first attorney?
The first attorney would be.
Baby soft.
It would be Michael Meyer on Alejandro Pujol, number 15, and then right after that would be Jay White on Alfredo Paraguan Marine.
Hey, they're gonna be calling.
Cases are on page 6.
Hey, that fool's new name is gonna be Charmin, because it's gonna be soft as some two-ply paper, if you will.
Yes, number 15.
Yes, Alejandro Pujol, Spanish interpreter for Mr. Pujol.
Charmin.
Right. Mr. Meyer?
Judge Espinoza, good afternoon to you.
Okay. All right. You have Mr. Alejandro Pujol?
I do, Judge. He needs the interpreter.
Interpreter, yes. Interpreter. Okay. All right. Your client is before the court. There's an affidavit here that I've received, a direct affidavit that states that on December 13th of 2024, in the vicinity of 1499 North Homestead Boulevard in Homestead. He committed the offense of felony battery.
Tengo aquí una declaración jurada del 13 de diciembre del 2024 en el que se dice que en las inmediaciones del 1499 Norte de Homestead Boulevard, usted cometió el delito de agresión física con agravantes.
Alleged victim has initials JT and apparently occurred at the Walmart store at the address that I just read out. Okay.
Las iniciales de la víctima son GLT, GPL, y estaba en el Walmart, en la dirección que indica.
En el Walmart.
We're going to review the arrest affidavit momentarily and to address his bond status, you now hear argument.
The state's just seeking standard bond.
La fiscalía busca una fianza estándar.
There's no Haskell here, so this is a $5,000 bond with stay away.
Judge, I don't oppose that.
$5,000 y una orden de alejamiento de drogas.
Let me let Mr. Guillaume know what the contents of the stay away order is. He cannot have any contact direct or indirect with the alleged victim in the case.
Señor, no puede tener contacto directo o indirecto con la víctima en este caso.
Which means no contact in person, in writing, by telephone, pager, or fax with the here persons.
Lo que significa que no puede tener contacto en persona, por escrito, por teléfono, a través de las redes sociales o otro medio electrónico, mensajes de texto.
Did she say pager?
He has a state he's 500 feet away from his home, his basement, for school at all times.
Did she know that pagers ain't a thing anymore since like the 90s?
Al menos a 500 pies de la víctima, de su casa, lugar de trabajo y lugar de estudios.
You understand?
¿Comprende, señor?
All right, good luck.
Sí. Thank you very much, Judge, for taking me out of turn.
Where you at? Hey, can you use the two-way? Can you use the next tail? Or what?
Alfredo Paraguan Marin.
Hit me on my
The next
pager.
one on the
Hit me on
calendar
the
right
two-way.
after.
Hit me on the two-way. Where you at?
Promoting Mr. White.
Hey, you guys know what that sound is? If you guys are my age, you guys exactly know what that sound is, if you will.
Judge, good morning. Good to see you.
Good afternoon.
Sorry, my head's a little weak.
Mr. White, this is your client, Mr. Paraguan.
Yes, Judge. He needs a Spanish interpreter, please.
Interpreter present.
Okay, your client, Mr. Paraguan, is it's alleged that on June 13th of 2023, in the vicinity of 6020 Northwest 99th Avenue, number 203, committed the following offenses.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. Can interpreter have a repetition, please?
Yes, it is alleged that on June 13th of 2023, the defendant in the vicinity of 6020 Northwest 99th Avenue in Doral committed the following offenses.
Bien. Se alega que el acusado el 13 de junio del 2023 en las inmediaciones del 6020 Northwest 99 Avenida en Doral cometió el siguiente delito.
Count 1, organized fraud of $50,000 or more.
Cargo número 1, organized
fraud.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that word. Organized?
What?
F-R-A-U-D.
I'm sorry.
Matunda.
Un fraude organizado de $50,000 o más.
Coma.
Number 2, count 2, to defraud a financial institution.
Defraudar una institución financiera.
Number 3, grand theft to the second degree, which is from $20,000 to $100,000.
Okay. Esto es hurto mayor.
Hurto
en segundo
mayor.
grado.
En segundo grado.
And count 4, actually there's more on the second page. Unlawful use of a communication device.
Uso ilícito de un dispositivo de comunicación.
Fraudulent use, the next count, of a personal identification or possession with intent to use. fraudulent identity.
Posesión de una identificación fraudulenta con intención de utilizarla.
Obtaining a credit card by false statement.
Tarjeta de crédito con declaraciones falsas.
Her headset doesn't sound that good.
So what I'm going to do now is I'd like to take a look at this arrest affidavit, and then I'd like to hear argument from both sides in order for us to
Lo que voy a hacer ahora es mirar voy a mirar la declaración jurada del arresto.
So he used the victim's personal identification to obtain a $60,000 loan.
60 smackers?
He created a fraudulent fake email address and phone number.
Okay, that's all it takes?
Entonces utilizó la identificación falsa de la víctima para obtener un préstamo de $60,000.
That he used in the loan application.
Okay, I'm taking
That he
notes here.
used in the loan application.
Sí, que utilizó una aplicación para pedir el préstamo.
There's no indication that an actual loan was given. In fact, count 1 and count 3 contradict each other. Count 1, organized fraud, talks about 50,000 or more. Count 3, grand theft, is only 20,000 or more. So that's a conflict. And if you go to page 3,
Excuse me, counsel, can you
sorry,
allow me,
my apologies.
Bueno, realmente la
500K?
y el cargo número 3 se contradice en el número 1 son $50,000 o más.
You know what I
El
could
cargo
do with
número
that?
2 son $20,000 o más. Aparte de eso,
Yayo would be
no
right.
hay evidencias que recibiera ningún préstamo este señor.
The only evidence is on page 5, the last page. There's mention of a cash advance, but there's no amount.
La única prueba está en la página número 5 que se habla de un avance de dinero en efectivo, pero no se especifica la cantidad.
And the officer describes this as a financial institution. This is not a financial institution. If you Google the name,
Esto que se califica como una institución financiera realmente no lo es. Si se mete en Google es el nombre,
you'll notice that Monk Technology on the second page of the A form is a fintech platform. They're a broker for loans. They're not a bank.
sale Mod Technology y que realmente no son, son unos brokers, unos corredores de préstamos, no son un banco.
She sounds
They're
Spanish.
also located in Georgia.
Están ubicados en Georgia.
And there's no indication that the victim is in Dade County, Florida. The only information I can gather is a 561 area code that was allegedly used.
Y no hay
She's making things up.
tampoco
She doesn't want clarification
en la
anymore.
Florida, la única numeración que tenemos es 561 como código de área.
So, Your Honor, I have questions about jurisdiction and questions about whether or not this is properly charged, and also the conflicts in the charges with regards to probable cause.
Tengo entonces algunas cuestiones respecto a la jurisdicción, si esto ha sido debidamente, estos cargos han sido debidamente cursados y también si existen motivos fundados para ellos.
The only evidence of anything happening in Dade County is my client's address.
La única evidencia de que ha sucedido en Dade County, en
rich.
el condado de Dade, es cuando mira su dirección.
And I would argue, lastly, Your Honor, that a lot of the counts are duplicitous. Organized fraud, grand theft, defrauding a financial institution, using false statements to obtain credit. These are all duplicitous and contained within organized fraud or grand theft.
También yo diría que, bueno, pues que estos cargos que sí que imputan son aparecen implicados porque organización para defraudar, defraudar en gran cuantía, defraudar, todo eso cae dentro de un solo cargo que sería organización para defraudar.
So, Judge, I would suggest to the court that perhaps it impose a standard bond on count 3, which is grand theft, 20,000 to 100,000. I think that's what the facts represent at best.
Entonces yo diría que que se podría poner, que la juez podría poner solo cargo, que es el LEUT de mayor cuantía, sería el cargo número 3, que va de 20,000 a 100,000 dólares.
And the remaining counts be dollar bond, except for the communication device that has for standard bond.
Y que el resto de los cargos se le retire la fianza, excepto por el dispositivo de comunicación.
So the defendants in Miami trying to obtain these loans, I believe that the jurisdiction would lie in Miami.
Como el acusado está en Miami intentando obtener estos préstamos, yo creo que la jurisdicción cae aquí en Miami.
I think there's PC on everything.
Yo creo que hay motivos fundados en todo.
Which one's that one, Carrie?
All right.
G
I've listened
G
carefully.
Yesterday was
there's probable
bananas.
cause, Mr. White. What I think might end up is this might end up in federal court.
Yo creo que hay motivos fundados. Señor White, yo creo que esto va a terminar en un tribunal federal.
Damn, he's gonna go to federal rallies.
The court is going to, and it appears from my reading that the loan was not, the application was not concluded. At least stuff that I can read from here.
Por lo que leo aquí, yo me parece que la solicitud del préstamo no fue conclusa, no se concluyó.
That was
it doesn't.
I clipped that video. I put it on this account.
Obviously, it have to be.
Was it
But
that?
for purposes of initial probable cause, there's, and I don't understand why there would be a nebia requirement either. So
What up, Lord?
I'm gonna find probable causes to all counts. On count one.
I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Tendría que haber una audiencia una nebia. Aquí yo hallo que hay motivos fundados en los cargos.
I'm setting bond on count 1 at $50,000.
El primer cargo, fianza $50,000.
Count 2 at $5,000.
Cargo número 2, $5,000.
Count 3 at $500.
El cargo número 3, $500.
Count 4.
Cargo 4. Excuse me.
Count 4 at $2,500. $250.
Okay. El 4 a $2,500.
Better wake up.
Count.
Man, I was so tired when I got home this morning.
5 on count 5. That's $2,500.
El cargo número 5 son $2,500.
Count 6, $500.
Okay, thank you,
Y el
Gio.
6, $500.
Judge, I didn't quite hear you on count 1, organized fraud, because based on the amount of loss, there's different degrees of felonies. If it's over 50,000, it's a first. If it's 20 to 50, it's a second. 20,000 or less is a third. I didn't hear if you said 15 or 5050.
15,000.
Ah, sí, perdón. $15,000 más $50,000, como indica su abogado. Hay distintos grados de fraude organizado. Puede ser un delito mayor de primer grado, segundo grado, tercer grado. Son $15,000.
So
Judge,
that's,
would the court consider a 10,000 for count 1, given that there's argument as to whether it's first or second degree?
No.
Se consideraría $10,000 de fianza, dado que puede ser de primero un delito grave de primer grado, segundo grado. La juez responde que no.
There's a statement in regards to the victim, alleged victim with initials AB cannot have any contact if he's ever post direct or indirect, has to stay 500 feet away from victim with initials AB. Okay.
Bueno, tiene un alejamiento de la víctima con las iniciales AB, tiene que no puede tener contacto directo o indirecto, por escrito, por terceros, tiene que permanecer al menos a 500 pies de la víctima, su casa, lugar de trabajo, de estudios.
Any other cases that need to be called out of turn for any lawyers?
hey, so I was so tired this morning when I got
I don't
home.
think there's any other private attorneys left.
Thank you.
I forgot to
Let me see here.
I forgot to turn the stream on the 5
On
o'clock,
page 7.
the 5 a.m. stream. That's how tired I was. And I woke up in the morning. I was like, damn, I forgot to put the 5 a.m. stream, if you will. Holy shit.
Did we skip Joseph Doyle on page 5?
He should be.
Clear.
He's present, Judge.
Okay, all right. Is Mr. Doyle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good afternoon. Mr. Doyle, we're here before the court. Today it's alleged that on March 27th, In the vicinity of the 400 Kings Point Drive and Sunny Isles Boulevard, you committed the following offenses: 1 count of battery on a law enforcement officer or correctional officer, 1 count of resisting an officer without violence, 1 count of criminal mischief, $200 or less, 1 count of disorderly intoxication. I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you in this case. I don't see, is this his first offense?
So he's from, it looks like Indiana? I don't know if it's Indiana or Illinois. It's not a state.
Okay.
I think it's Illinois. I do see prior arrests out of state.
What kind of work? I rather not say what kind of work I do. I don't want this my social media life to conflict with my work life. People at work are animals, if you will. He was on spring break. He was going girls wild, gone wild. Janitor, it's okay. Nah, I'm not a janitor, but if I was, you know, it would still be a job, so I wouldn't be tripping.
Not with regard to public cause, Judge.
But the type of work I do, you guys wouldn't imagine what
All right, I'm setting bond as follows in count 1, which is the battery, $5,000. Count 2, 1,000. Counts 3 and 4, 100 each. So the total bond should be $6,200 with a stay away order.
Judge, would you consider the standard bond for count 2? Standard bond is 500.
I will. So the correction is 5,000 count 1, 500 count 2, 100 and 100 count 3 and 4 respectively. So the bond is 5,700. With a stay away order, Mr. Doyle. If you're able to post the bond, one of the conditions is you cannot have any contact, direct or indirect, with the alleged victim in the case whose initials are KK. You have to stay at least 500 feet away from this person, his home, place of employment, or school. In addition to which, you will also have to stay away from postal towers. They don't want you anywhere near 400 Kings Point Drive and Sunny Isles Boulevard. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you will.
Next case is Camellon Fernandez.
Added charge, it happened at the jail.
And he has a hold for immigration.
And you'd be surprised how many comments I've been getting about this stash. If this stash be breaking necks, if you don't want, my wife hates it, which reminds me, hopefully she's not on. She's gonna tell me to cut it off. I gotta go back again a week later.
Camellon Fernandez.
It's me, Mario.
Is number 12 here corrections, or is he in the hospital?
Oh, yeah. And you said this was an added charge?
The embassy.
Ms. Corey, you want to waive it if he's got the ice holds?
He's got an ice hold too?
This is a battery on police officer, correction officer, firefighter, and transit.
Right, apparently they're on lockdown and he wanted to use the bathroom before they locked down for the night, and the officer sprayed him with mace, and then he may have broken nose and ribs. And they didn't bring him to court for some unknown reason.
So what do you want to do? You want to roll it over, or it's up to you?
Yes, Judge, if we can have him come to court tomorrow.
Reset for tomorrow?
What was it, NBC?
Before court, correct.
Okay.
Next case is Jorge Izalde. Thank you again.
Jorge Izalde.
He received a dollar bond on his traffic case.
Okay. Is this Mr. Izalde?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Izalde, good afternoon. I have an arrest affidavit here that says that on March 26th of this year, in the area of I-95 North and Northwest 79th Street, you committed the following offenses: 1 count of aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, 1 count of fleeing and eluding a police officer with lights
They do look
and
like
siren, 1 count of Well, that's the traffic, the reckless driving. Okay, so it's count 1 and 2. The state of Florida has filed a motion for pretrial detention. Count 1, asking to be held no bond.
Hey Juan, I'm here for the clout.
So
Juan,
just on count 1, I would ask to find probable cause.
trying to get my
at
clout
best aggravated
game up,
assault
if
on
you
law
will.
enforcement officer. Nothing indicating that the officer was directly hit by Mr. Uzalbe.
And I was being sarcastic about that, about getting the clout.
Be probable cause for an aggravated battery rather than an aggravated assault. There needs to be some kind of injury, and it does say that the detective suffered from and was treated for a head injury based upon the defendant colliding with the officer's vehicle.
Looks like he was treated on the scene by fire rescue, so this was a serious injury.
Damn, man, we just hit 20,000 likes. I appreciate it. Hey, did you guys see that standoff in Figueroa yesterday? Was it in Figueroa or somewhere in South LA? Case sent me a message. What a direct link. I was like, what?
All right, I'm making finding a probable cause. I do find probable cause as charged on count 1. He's going to be held no bond or granting the state's request for pretrial detention, and I'm setting also count 2 at $2,500.
With the standoff, I only watched it for like a minute or two. They what? They did?
Next
nah.
is Vladimir Perez.
Is the DA eating her hair? It looks like she's eating her hair. What the hell is going on over there? It looks like she has a mouthful of
Perez
hair,
looks
if
like
you
he's
will.
out of bond in case number 25 at 25-21223 in front of Judge Stuzen.
Mr. Perez is present. He speaks English.
Okay. Mr. Stuzen, did you hear that? I mean, Mr. Stuzen. Perez, you know it's getting late.
Long day.
Mr. Perez, I just advised corrections that it appears that you are out on felony bond in case number F25-21223, which appears to be some kind of burglary related offenses. So you'll be held no bond on this case until you appear in front of that judge. Today, you have before the court an affidavit that says that on March 24th of this year, in the area of 1439 Alton Road, Miami Beach,
you're
alleged to have committed the following offenses. 1 count of unoccupied burglary of an unoccupied structure, which is a third-degree felony. 1 count of criminal mischief of $1,000 or more, which is a third-degree felony, and 1 count of grand theft in the third degree, another third-degree felony. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to be taking a look at the arrest affidavit and determine
what up,
if there's
Starkey?
Probable cause for these offenses, and if so, what the bond amount is going to be. Understood? Okay.
You know, I don't know, that DA, there's something about her eyes. Like, she just looks like, she looks empty, if you will. Like, her mind's not here. Her body's here, but her mind's not here, whatever she's doing. Like, oh, she's eating her hair again. Like, man, relax, girl, you're on TikTok Live and White Tea. Es la craca, la craca. Or is she looking at my TikTok right now? She's like, man, let me see what I would look like if I had a mustache like James, if you will.
How many AC units are involved here? Because there's a capital grant that would be
$12,000.
Oh, those are the brackets. Okay. And what about
I don't even think she took a shower today. She probably just rolled out of bed like 5 minutes before the court started. And she said, "Vámonos."
$2,500 count one, $2,500 count two, $2,500 count three.
She's a shadow.
Yes, if he's able to post the bond, has to stay away from Classic Way, located 1439 Alton Road in Miami Beach. You understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Now she has a pen.
Mayor, you go back to number 16 just to verify count three because we have 500. The clerk said you wrote 7,500.
Hey,
I don't
nothing
have
wrong with that.
Is that Paraguay Marine?
I used to do it too when I used to work from home.
Okay, I don't know what the paperwork is.
Toda hedionda.
Can I take a look at it?
Ay, ay, ay. There she goes again. She's trying to put the James Mustache special on right now.
Hold on, let me take a look at that. Count 5 is 500. Is that the one you're asking about? Count 6, sorry. Count 6.
Can I verify the bonds that we have? You told us count 1, 15,000. Count 2, 5,000. Count 3, we have 500. Count 4, 2,500. Count 5, 2,500. And count 6, 500.
No, count 3 is 7,500. 7,500. That's the second degree felony. The only one for 500 is count 6. I'll read it to you again. Count 1 is 15,000, 15,000. Count 2 is 5,000, 5,000. Count 3 is 7,500, 7,500. Counts 4 and 5 are $2,500 each, 2,500, and count 6, 500. Got it?
Wanga.
All right, Mr. Is it Sykes?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir. All right, you are before the court. Looks like the charged with one count of possession of cannabis with intent to sell.
Damn, not
within
the reefer.
1,000 feet of a school, or just school is what it says. It's a second degree felony, and this supposedly took place on March 26th in the area of 100 block of 6th Street in Miami Beach. I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. I don't see anything open on this gentleman except this.
Well, he's from Atlanta. Okay. Local ties.
Got it. Okay. Let me take a look at the school is Lummis, or the park, Lummis Park, right?
Yep.
Damn, this one ain't going nowhere. And you know, it's wild to me, you know, because I come from California where, you know, it's legal, you know, for recreational use or for medicinal use. So, you know, you hear about states like Florida and Texas where it's still against the law. It definitely leaves my head, it leaves me scratching my head. Same for New York.
Okay.
Playing around.
$7,500 bond with a stay away order. Serve your post bond. You cannot go anywhere near Lummis Park, which is located on 5th to 15th Street, Washington Avenue.
Okay.
The ocean, Miami Beach. That's the address that we have here.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
100 block of 6th Street. You have it here, 5th to 15th Street.
That's, I think the area of Lummis Park is on the same.
Damn, 25 for
park.
Understood, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think it was 7,500, but he had a bunch of other charges. So it was 75 here, 25 over here, and next thing we know, he has a bill of 25,000. I wasn't counting, but you know, I'm sure it was up there. It was up there like at least 20 G's.
Oh, wait a minute. This gentleman has another, does he have another case?
No, there's another defendant, Ismail.
It's that one. Hold on. Amir.
One was 15,
Ismail?
okay, you see? Yeah. Shit adds up real quick. You see, 7,
Is this Mr. Ismail?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're here before the court, sir, because it's alleged that on March 27th, in the vicinity of 150 Northwest 21st Street in Miami, you committed the offense of defrauding an innkeeper for $1,000 or more, which is a third-degree felony. I've appointed the public defender's office.
Oh, Judge, it looks like there might be a private attorney here. They haven't identified themselves.
Okay, let's
say they're a private attorney for this case.
I'm gonna promote that person even here.
I'm gonna try inspiration.
I'm gonna promote Judge.
defrauded an interpreter. I don't think that's what they said.
Video. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear someone.
We can't see you.
Are you able to hear or see me?
We can hear you, we can't see you. Now we can see you.
I have been waiting since 1 o'clock.
Oh no.
I have seen the judge sign off when she did, and I saw Your Honor sign on again at 2:20. I have put my name into the chat. I have put my name into Q's and A's, and for the life of me, with all respect to the system, why have I waited over 2.5 hours?
What is your name, sir?
Lion Greenblatt.
He's a feisty one.
That's not what your text message says. It says lie 999-207 on Greenblatt.
Oh my gosh.
Greenblatt on the calendar, sir.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I put my name in Lion Greenblatt on. Nonetheless, Your Honor, I'm here for Mr.
Más dundo.
Ismael.
Un semejante dundo.
I'm not going to belabor the point. I understand the nature of the charge. He offered to take one of the personnel to a place where he had sufficient funds to pay the balance. They refused. It seemed to me they wanted his gold Rolex instead. Would Your Honor kindly set the bond at the $2,500 that was originally scheduled?
Yes, sir. Done.
Judge, if I may, I want to thank you for the courtesy and my peek, because I'm not familiar with the webinar. I'm familiar in all the other jurisdictions where the Zoom seems to be functioning slightly differently, and I apologize for my lack of technical skills. I really truly.
You could even maybe reduce it more. Maybe, I know he's got some money he's got to pay off his bar tab with.
We're going to pay the bar tab as soon as he gets out.
This will rent up a bar tab?
And get him out and let him pay this bill lickety split.
The hell?
I'm not gonna bar him, but maybe he'll qualify for pretrial services. Does he have anything?
He's not gonna qualify for pretrial because he's not local.
Okay, in that case, we'll stick with the bond and I'll have his friend posted immediately. Thank you so much, Your Honor. And again, I apologize for my technical lack of skills. Truly, I am a Luddite, which is a good word.
You should have just paid the freaking bond. It's cheaper than a lawyer.
$2,500.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I seek permission to leave?
You want to stay any longer, sir?
You talking to me or Mr.?
I was kidding because you've been here all day.
Well, I'm glad you have a sense of humor. You put me right back on track. Thank you, Madam Judge, and thank you, State.
Thank you.
Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Likewise. Jamie McKinney?
This vato ran up a tab, couldn't pay it, got his ass locked up, and he had to hire a lawyer? Oh, make that shit make sense to me. And he had a Rolex, right? Ostrich. Good eye, Rolex. Or ostrich.
Good afternoon, sir. You're before the court. It's alleged that on today, March 27th, in the area of SK Recycling, located 1015 Northwest 72nd Street in Miami, you committed the offense of burglary of an unoccupied structure and petty theft. Appointed the public defender's office to represent you.
All that drama for walking out on a bar tab.
What goes about that is not a bond.
But that's for tab, Judge. Mr. McKinney's house.
This is.
Did he stealing scrap metal?
Probably. Yeah, those places are air conditioned.
No, we don't have any way for tap.
They got that
I'll make a
recycle
tap
there.
report. Alternate bond. First count will be 2,500, second count went off. Okay, what's the return date on this? April, what did we say?
I think we said the 28th.
28th, that's what the clerk just told me.
You said count two is $1.
Yes. Okay, and he's gonna be referred to TAP, that's the alternate bond. 2,500 first count, $1. The second count